Stop cuddling and we're live.
Oh.
Yay!
We're not live.
We're people.
Wait, we're people?
She's not a people.
I'm not a people. Wait, if I'm not a people, what am I?
Why do I have to get sacked?
Oh! No,
I'm
I'm starting it off with
That's not
getting
where I'm
inappropriate.
joining in.
Point of order. Why do I have to get sack tapped every damn podcast?
Because
This is
it's
every
tradition.
podcast.
That is
And
true.
I did forget last time because I was drinking way too much Diet Coke.
Quick, are we slash the Futon Alliance or slash Futon Alliance on Twitch?
On Twitch, we are slash the Futon.
Alliance.
So we are. It's right there.
It's the Futon Alliance. It is right there in your face.
You're fine.
No, I heard.
You want to tap me in the balls?
No, I don't want to tap your balls.
Are you
Tap.
sure? Because it's really comfy.
Sack tap.
Okay, so welcome to another edition of the FutonCast. We are in a new location.
Well, not really.
Well,
We were here on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't talk yet. You're not introduced.
So we bought a house together.
Yeah!
And this is it.
Futon Cast.
And by we bought a house,
The address is.
we're squatting.
So
We broke into a
We're
house.
actually sitting right now. We're not
The owners are dead.
No, they're not. I swear. Kind of.
Murdered them.
I stabbed them to death with my hands.
This is what happens when I don't start the
Like
intro.
that.
Hey guys! Welcome to the Welcome to the FutonCast episode 5. It was supposed to be episode 6, but last week we had extreme technical difficulties, and also half of us were getting laid, so it didn't happen. But
Wait. Let's back that up.
I got laid
That's almost half.
by my hand.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey,
By my
actually,
hand,
we're good
too.
friends.
No,
Alright.
okay, I can't even. Okay.
Okay,
So anyway,
so one of us got laid.
I got laid too.
No,
So
not me.
that's you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
you.
Fuck you guys! Alright.
Well, no, we didn't get fucked.
Hey
That's the
mom,
point.
how are you? Alright. So if you guys don't know, we are the FutonAlliance.com. We are the Futoniers, or members of the Alliance. Futoniers. We
Futoniers.
are
I like that. The food.
Futoniers.
Someone posted that on my
Buckering.
page.
Okay. So the fucking Futoniers. Alright, because it's like bucking Buccaneers. Alright. So if you don't know, FutonAlliance.com is a nerd place to go to talk about video games, movies, comics, TV shows, although we have nothing about those first two ones. But mostly video games and a lot of comics, a lot of books, and a lot of cool things like that, so check us out. We are doing FutonCast. This is our podcast we do every week on Thursdays at 5 o'clock, or it's 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And we talk about all kinds of awesome stuff, and today we're going to kick it off with me, Dean Wright, and we're skipping you.
We're skipping you. Robbie Shuttleworth. Hello.
What's your TFA name?
We're doing that later.
Oh, I'm Drew.
I'm
Great
Cullen
start.
Broside and Penny.
See,
Oh.
he gets to say the Broside.
Because you know
that's
why?
his
I
handle.
go by that.
That's his handle.
I'm bro.
I'm just Robbie.
Didn't you say TFA something?
No.
I wasn't listening
He's
very
just
closely.
Dean.
You
Okay.
need active listening during podcasts.
Alright.
So as you
Back.
can tell, there is a fifth person on the futon this week.
It's a couch.
Well, I quoted futon. So let's give a nice warm welcome to our newest member. This person. Who are you? And why are you
Hi,
here?
I'm Stacy.
Or
That's
that's later.
That's
Oh,
later.
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen, but
Oh, so
Is it?
you've already given it away.
No, that's... this
Did
is,
we?
No, it's not. This is Stacy!
Well, no, there
This
it
is
says
Stacy.
FDA.
Yay.
That's different.
This is she puts up with us.
Yay!
yay!
you.
We're also in her house.
Yeah.
And
And
so-
she sometimes sleeps with
They've
him.
kidnapped me.
No, you cannot say that.
Really? They
Yeah, we
never
can.
sleep together.
It's actually really true.
None of your family's watching.
They have kidnapped me, and I don't agree with anything they're doing, and that's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
Ha-ha.
Just kidding.
Wait. Okay, I'm moving on.
They're waiting until marriage, Robbie's grandparents.
You are watching our Twitch stream.
What are you worried about? Jesus.
Okay.
YOLO swag.
So that's we've got a new member. So
Yay.
look forward
Yay!
It
to
has boobs on it.
It.
Female boobs.
so look forward to
That's a
fun
selling point.
postings coming up from her. She's
Boobs!
She's boobs.
They have really nice things to say about
Oh,
me.
yes, we love you.
Gay.
Okay.
So, jumping into the podcast, we're going to start off with gays. We're going to start with gays.
Appreciating that right there.
We're going to kick into something I was not a part of because I was working. Guys.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
We're gonna run over an hour today.
Oh,
So we're jumping into it. Something I was not a part of, but I think a good portion of us here were. They went to a convention.
It was not a convention! Why is everything a con to you?
Everything's a con.
Not everything's a con.
It's all a
Con,
long
okay.
con. I watched Matchstick Men a lot, you guys.
This is called PodCom.
Matchstick Man.
Right.
FutonCon, right?
So,
We are.
talk about what that was.
Yeah.
So this weekend we went to the Collegiate Star League, which is the college level, semi-professional StarCraft
Convention.
and
Go on, sorry.
League of Legends intramural competition league. So
What's that mean?
between schools.
Go on.
He's the
Anyways,
smart one.
Drew is not the smart one of the group.
I did drop out quite early.
That's not even a college level word.
I own a small business.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway.
very proud of you.
I sell small dogs.
I was gonna say you
Yeah,
have a
small
small business.
Okay. Anyways,
Got a
so
small business right here.
we went. So basically, what it is 300 schools from all over the world, over 300 actually, all over the world, compete in StarCraft and League of Legends, almost like they would in any other sport, and they compete for scholarship money, and at the end they compete for about $40,000 in scholarship.
$83,000 in total prizes.
Yes.
I want $40,000 in scholarship
For
for a
your
school that I'm not going to.
Well, then you better learn how to play StarCraft or League of Legends.
And maybe go back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to get good at StarCraft and join Berkeley
And
because
maybe-
they're gonna win.
Maybe
So
Korea.
who here went to the convention?
The
Us
we-
two.
No,
Now he's doing it on purpose.
we were the only two who went because everyone else is lame or has jobs or something.
Whatever.
So
Loved ones or
and there we got to meet some awesome people from the community, the casters.
Javier the doorman.
He was a rad man. And the funny thing about the competition itself, because I've been to several esports events, but this was the first one I went to in a car museum.
With me.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's not even there. You're at the Peterson Automotive Museum.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
4th floor, which is only for special events.
It's literally like this giant patio and this random building in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So this is like nerds surrounded by card people, is what happened?
No, actually, because everyone was on the 4th floor, but car people actually came up.
Yeah.
There were some really old dudes checking out what was going on and asking me random questions, and they seemed really intrigued and interested by it, not
Yeah.
like, that's disgusting, you guys should die, like most old people I've met who have heard about this.
They're like, StarCraft, more like communism, out.
Wait, old people really said that video games should die?
No, the
That's for
people who
video
play
games.
them for money should die.
Oh, wow.
It's extreme.
Wow.
That's really extreme.
It's tough up in the streets.
Stop having fun!
Get off my lawn!
Work in a factory.
When I was your age!
Alright, so we've all done our old person impression.
We were playing Counter-Strike 1.6!
No, that's what's gonna happen to us.
I know.
Hi, Burning Infinity.
Hi,
Hey!
Bernie.
What? No.
You guys
Hey,
still the
you
best ever.
stay.
Bernie Infinity has to be one of our grandparents. There's no way he can't. He has to be, oh, my son's on the internet to him again. Like, that has to be what's going on. There's no way he can like us this much. We're
Does
not,
anyone
we're
have a
not
grand-
that fun.
Does anyone have a grandparent in Nova Scotia or Saskatchewan?
No.
Saskatchewan.
I don't
One
know.
of our grandparents.
Well, they could be using
Grandparents burning.
I bet Burning Crusade is like all of the 50 people that we have from the Canadian viewers and the analytics on the site.
Yeah.
Like every Canadian
Makes
viewer
so
is
much
Burning
sense.
Crusade. Like he's like an IT lab guy just putting every computer on Futon Line.
Well, actually, almost all of EXE North American, my StarCraft team, is Canadian.
8 second delay.
They're trolling us.
We're on to you.
It's great. It's like he's like, oh, that wasn't funny.
I wish we
It
could
gets
turn
there
the delay off.
eventually.
Cool, but so most notably at CFL, you guys got to meet someone that I've actually heard of in the community.
CSL.
At the
Collegiate Star League.
He's having
Yes.
at the convention, you guys get to meet someone who's actually someone I've heard of, and he's cool. Talk about that.
I have not heard of this person.
We had
Except
the
interviews.
I had the chance to interview Day 9, Sean Plott.
Bye, Burning.
Sorry,
Bye,
Burning.
Burning.
Why do you always leave?
He has
He's
a
like,
life.
you guys are the best.
I
Bye
have
every time.
abandonment issues due to Burning Infinity. So we got to meet Day 9, who is, if you've ever been into StarCraft and watched anything on Twitch, you have watched a Day 9 daily. You have seen him at an MLG, you've seen him at IPL or DreamHack.
Yep, always seen a DreamHack.
It's really bad DreamWorks movies that are really
So,
bad.
it's 10 o'clock. He really is one of our grandparents. He's tired at 10. So,
My grandparents go to bed at 7.
I got a Kim Steeler special at
They're all
Denny's.
dead.
Or Tim Hortons. What are you guys doing in Canada?
Yeah,
so we got a chance to. I actually talked to him several times that day
Yep.
about much more in-depth things than what we have on the.
Oddly enough, those were
interview.
all in the bathroom.
Yes, they were actually.
Really?
Yeah.
No, actually, one of them was.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Hey, Van Knight. Nice penis.
Is that when he proposed to you?
No.
Okay.
Why would I?
No,
be
he
in the-
proposed to me live in front of the audience,
It
You
was
did.
documented
Yeah.
every moment.
I was. That's what I was there for.
Every moment.
except for
didn't-
the bathroom conversations.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on, so I just took pictures.
That's what you were there for.
That's what I was there
Yeah.
for. He tried to explain to me that my phone kept dying, and I just kept going back down to my car to charge it.
The moral of the story is Drew needs one of those portable chargers.
Yeah.
Buying one.
But
soon.
so we got to interview day 9, and
Yep.
we had a really great chat with him. It's all up on the site.
Yep.
Um,
Word for word.
But I got to talk to him extensively
Every element of-
about the upcoming expansion that comes out on March 13th.
Swarm.
And yeah, Hots.
Hots.
Or the Swarm. Hot, 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 hot.
Oh my god, if you buy it for somebody, you can say I got the hots for you.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm
Well-
buying it for none of you.
Wow.
Oh.
Because I hate you guys.
Well, if someone buys Wings of Liberty, I will gladly buy you Hots. But, anyways,
Doesn't make sense.
Wall.
it's
A
the
wall.
expansion. Wall, yeah.
Not as clever.
No, not as clever.
I've got off the wall hots for you.
Well, the next one is.
This is why you get sack tap every single time. Because you're making that face to you.
But the next one is LOV, no E, so you can almost love.
I love you.
I love you. So
The attempt was made.
it was. So anyway, yeah, Hots and Love.
Wait, how is that better than what I did?
It's really not.
What?
Wow, it's way better than I'm off the wall hots for you.
Yeah. Okay, forget it. Move on.
Anyways,
Have you ever tried
Um,
to serenade somebody?
so
Or
but the
pick up
event was
somebody
great,
at a bar?
and talking over
Pick
Drew
up
because
the
it's
wall.
useless and pointless. So
Fuck you.
at the event, two teams from the U.S., UC Berkeley and University of Washington, and a team from Denmark from Aarhus University, who are all ripped blonde gods. One of them is in fact named Thor.
Yep.
Love it.
Really want to
So
be
he
that guy.
really is a god. He's a short god, but he is all muscle.
He's a god.
Yeah, he's a god.
Puny
And
god.
a god of StarCraft. And one team from, of course, South Korea, the powerhouse of StarCraft, Chunnam Techno University.
Chunnam?
Not the music. It's actually called Techno University, where they have an esports major. You can actually major in
Which is fucking
esports.
crazy.
So
In a bad way.
so you play StarCraft for homework, and hopefully get into a pro team or become a caster.
That's crazy to even think about.
Now you can say, "Mom, I'm doing homework."
Yep.
So if you guys watch Video Game High School, it's now a real thing.
I love it.
It's amazing,
I
isn't
love
it?
it.
This
It's
is
so
actually
good.
that I have heard.
It is really good.
It's,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Have you
awesome.
watched it?
No,
Oh.
I don't know
Is it
anything
because you have
about it.
taste?
Watch Video Game
No,
High
that's
School.
because I have StarCraft to play.
Mm.
I'm living it.
It's made by Freddie Wong, who you should all know from all the various viral videos. Any viral video that's video games is Freddie Wong.
Yeah.
And has really good music, which I'll be making a post about that said band.
And I actually just recently did not get hired by the production manager of it for a different thing entirely. It's a fun fact.
We segued like nobody's business. Right
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
I was
Good luck
almost
getting to
employed by
our topics.
But
for
Star-
today.
But it's
I
really
didn't have
cool.
time running this time.
Yeah, no. So no worries. Oh, I forgot to wear my plugs. Anyways, it was really cool to see because I've seen pro tournaments over and over again, but it was really cool to see something on a more amateur level. Even though there were a ton of pro players in each team, there was about 2 to 3 in each team.
Mm-hmm.
Suppy and Fan, who's actually a Dota 2 pro, not a StarCraft pro, but
Alright.
still
What are you
kind of
doing here?
translate over. he was like the second best on the team, so
Oh yeah.
whatever.
That's why
I
he's
didn't
a
know what
Dota
was
pro. And not a-
Yeah.
I will say for never going to a convention.
God
Sorry,
damn it.
I just read convention and for never going to a tournament.
He's not allowed to write the list.
I know the rest of the lists. It's my lists.
I've never gone to. I'll say it again. I've never gone to a tournament before, ever. I watched Cullen play StarCraft like half.
I just watch.
I've never gotten to one.
time.
Wow.
It was really exciting, and then you gotta give that up to great casters like Day 9, Megumi Bear,
Megumi X Bear.
Megumi X Bear, close enough, and the 2 CSO casters who I don't remember their names.
It looks like
One
you're
of
looking
them
at
is
notes and you're
people.
saying that, but
One
you're
of them
not.
is following us on Twitter.
Yes, he is.
I will look up his name.
That would be
Damn.
a plan.
But
I look up things.
But overall, it was awesome. UC Berkeley ended up taking the whole thing, but they do have one of the top 8 players in the world.
Easter break is
E.G.
only full of
Suppy.
rich kids. There'd be more.
Shout out to Ferguson Mitchell.
3.
But they do. It was all Asian kids from UC Berkeley, which was typical. But it was a really awesome experience overall. The really cool thing was watching the Korean team come out in pro league style uniforms, which are like these space age tracksuits.
I saw those tracksuits. They were.
Could you take? What are you doing?
He's taking a picture.
Okay.
In the,
Live casting, guys.
Obviously.
Yeah, no, the pictures are up on the article. They're amazing. They look cool. Any of the Korean pro teams have them. So
Look very
check out the
professional.
CSL event coverage. It was awesome.
Yeah,
The
it was.
event was awesome.
It really was a lot of fun. The Peterson's a great museum, and I got to kind of get my car nerd on for a little bit because there was a Ferrari cruise the same day.
Yeah, it was
Ooh.
hysterical.
So there was tons of Ferraris. I was like, what are these here for?
Like my first day in LA, I went to Santa Monica Pier, and they were doing like an old muscle car show, and it was
Nice.
phenomenal.
That sounds just like the place in which we live.
Yeah.
Indeed. Segway! What are we doing next?
Segway.
Speaking
Wait,
of
most
Ferraris,
Most memorable moments, by far,
In general.
UC Berkeley. Once they
Clutch.
almost lost the whole thing. They almost lost right at the end, but they made it to the ace match, and Suppy took the win. The entire team was in the audience, jumped up and ran out of the room to go like dogpile Suppy. It was awesome. And then at the end of the night, they sprayed them with champagne.
oh,
My
they're not 21. They can drink it.
Yeah, no, actually, I think most of them aren't 21. But
yeah.
Don't open your mouths. Keep your mouths closed.
It was a nice gesture, though.
My most memorable moment was staring at people.
right out of the mouth.
Staring. Now I feel uncomfortable. Now I just don't know what to do. Was staring at people uncomfortably, and Colin wasn't even there for this. I was just sitting at this back table, and I was just doing this, which is why I was doing that. So.
Okay.
And I was just staring people straight in the face, and then they would look at me, and I just keep looking. That was my most memorable moment.
Grade A creeper right here.
Yes.
Drew does not appreciate the esports that much yet.
Not yet.
My most memorable moment was working 12 hours that day. Not having any, not even knowing you guys were going there, and then finding home.
Well, it was on the Facebook.
being really
discussion.
sad that I couldn't go.
Good.
How about you, Robbie? You actually went there.
I didn't go.
You
You
did
go.
go.
It was just me, Drew.
Yeah, what's that?
I read the article. That was my memorable moment. I loved reading the article.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
pictures and
Yeah,
stuff.
Like the article.
There's a picture of Day 9 with a puppy. It's
I
great.
saw that.
Its name is Chance. He's the NASL dog.
The nasal dog.
NASL is the North American Star League.
Okay.
Which
They have their
is-
own dog.
The nasal.
Yeah, the production manager has a dog and it follows him everywhere.
When
I
are,
love
we
that.
getting an animal?
When
Hopefully.
Dean
She's right
moves.
there.
Oh!
That's the only reason she's on the podcast.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Wow,
How do
guys.
you mean that, though? Like she's like a freak in the sheets?
No,
Or-
no.
Whoa!
Or
No,
she
We're
looks
back
like...
to
Sorry, Larry.
No, she's like Animal from the Muppets.
Or
she
she
plays
look-
the drums and is like, animal drums.
Nope. Nope.
Then you called
Wait,
her
no,
a
are you still talking about
retard.
sex?
Yes,
now? Good for you.
You just called her mentally challenged.
No,
again. Anyways,
it's not mentally challenged.
and speaking of video games
Oh,
and mentally
segue.
challenged things, tell us about your article from this week, Dean.
Yeah, we're doing big arms. So I've been working nonstop the past couple weeks doing all kinds of fun stuff. But actually, the game whenever I've been not working or sleeping, I've pretty much only been playing this game called FTL, which is this really sweet indie game. If you guys haven't checked it out, It was a Kickstarter that took off and became fully funded. Now it's a game you can get on Steam. I think it's still on sale for like $5.
It's like I think it's down to $2 almost.
Oh jeez,
or it was yesterday.
It's 10 retail, so it's like, oh man, it went down. But it's totally worth even the $10. Like I've spent 10 hours. I spent 10 hours on it. It's still super cool. You're playing it some.
I play it when I have like nothing else to do and I don't have enough time to sink into like a game of StarCraft or Dota.
Yeah, it's like each game is like an hour long, so it's really good for this.
Yeah, or you can stop midway. You can save.
Yeah.
So it's like it's single player. It's not whereas everything else I play is multiplayer. So.
Yeah, so what it is, you have like a ship. Like you choose a ship and you have your crew and you can name the ship and the crew people. Like in the article, it's Drew, Cullen, and Robbie, and everyone dies but Cullen.
I'm the best.
You get eaten by spiders in the first like 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Dean loses.
What is this? I don't know what this is.
Good.
Did you miss that? Yeah.
I apparently did.
Wait, did you die?
No, I wasn't part of it because there were only 3 crew.
Did you not get more crew members?
How did I die?
I did, but you can't.
Oh, you can't name them.
You can't name. You died. There was a terrible fire, and you were very low on health.
It's always the fire.
You were terribly low on health. No, what happened is that on his way to the med bay to get healed, you died in a place that had no oxygen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were captaining the ship for a long time. So basically, what happens is you have a ship, and you get your crew members, and you have to get you have to jump through from point to point to point to point to get to a different sector, and you do it 8 times, and you get to the end where there's a final boss. And so along the way, there's random events like giant spiders, or pirates, or mercenaries, or spaceships, or space stations, and things like that. So it's just like it's really wish fulfillment of commanding your own starship, and like it's things like it's my command to the point where I have to like send power to different systems and things like that, and control what crew members are doing what things at certain times.
Cool.
So it's a lot of really good fun. Like it feels like I'm playing, it feels like I'm in charge of Battlestar Galactica. It's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend everyone getting it because it's super fun.
I don't like that I died via spiders.
Do you have any of the extra layouts and stuff like that? You have extra ships?
Yeah, there's like 6 ships on it. Each ship has a second layout that you get like through doing achievements. So I have the Crystal, which is the starting ship. I have the layout B of that. I have the NG ship. I have the Zoltan ship, and I have something else. That's like that's such a good movie. Zoltan. It's from.
No, I know what it's from.
Dude, where's my car?
And then I have what's the other one? The one that's stealth. I mean, on the split of deal.
Oh, that's fine.
You sure?
I'm trying to get the crystal ships along the
That
line.
would be the right.
That's really hard to get. Yeah, but it's super fun. That's what I've been doing. What have you two been doing for this past week? Anything fun and geeky or anything?
Have we?
Playing for WonderCon and ComCon?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we're playing for that stuff. No, but gaming wise, did we start anything?
No, actually.
We've been trying to finish Assassin's Creed 3.
Didn't you? You've been playing. I thought you started playing Skyrim. You got because it's on the PS.
Yeah, I've been playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
No, but
I finally got Dragonborn.
Yeah, because Dragonborn came out for the PS3 finally.
PS3, yeah, we're way.
You haven't even
behind
started
there.
it.
Yes, I have.
You started Dragonborn?
Yes.
Oh, I should play without you. What do you think of Dragonborn so far?
It's interesting. There are sand creatures that are actually really creepy.
Did you play Blood Moon when it was on Morrowind?
No.
I'm excited for that.
I
I'm
just
excited
spoke
for
a whole other language in.
Because I'm excited for it
it.
because I played Morrowind a shit ton back when it came out, and there was an expansion called
I
Blood.
could jump over mountains.
There was an expansion called Blood
still
Moon,
do
which
that.
took you to Soul Sea, which is the same place in Dragonborn. And so it's cool because that had all the Morrowind architecture from those tribes or whatever. And so in Dragonborn, it's 250 years after Morrowind, and so you get to see how the places evolved over that time. So it's the first place where it's the first time you're going back to an old Morrowind or Oblivion, any of the old places.
world,
Okay, minus the original Oblivion games, since Morrowind, because one of them is all of Varenfell is the game, the entire world. But yeah, that's. I've been playing Skyrim a lot too because I bought Dawnguard back when it first came out. And I haven't touched it. I have not. I bought Dawnguard and was like, I'm never gonna play this again, and I stopped playing. And then I came back and it was fun.
Question.
Yes.
I have Skyrim for PC.
Yes.
I originally had it for Xbox. Got to
You have all
level
the new.
I remember.
52 Khajiit or something.
Yeah.
Khajiits?
Whoop!
No.
Don't hit me.
Whoa! It's going for a high five.
Goddamn furries.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're a Khajiit as well?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
No, I was. My first game was a Wood Elf, and now I'm playing as a Nord because I want to see what changed things.
Okay.
I always play.
I know nothing of the expansions.
Oh.
Because I only played Skyrim, because the time I was playing Skyrim, I hated my life. I really enjoy Skyrim, by the way. I'm not saying you guys hate your life. I'm just saying
Skyrim made me hate my life, is what I'm saying. It was the worst.
I'm really depressed. Woke up crying every morning.
Good.
And yet you kept playing.
Kept playing. It's the only thing
And
keeping me
happened.
alive.
The pain makes me feel.
Okay, so which one was the one with the house?
Alright,
Hearthfire.
so in order there was Dawn Guard which added vampires and the Dawn Guard, so you can either join the vampires or kill the vampires. And then there's Hearthhome, which added like adoption and being able to customize and build your own house.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dragonborn's one that just came out where you get to go to not Sovereign Guard. What is it called? Solstein, that's all. Is it? I don't even know what it's about. Is there other werewolves? No, there's another Dragonborn there or something like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's supposedly another Dragonborn. So far, what I've gone to, yeah, they come.
Can
They
you
come
ride a
after
dragon
you.
yet?
I don't think.
In the
You
next one, you
can,
can control
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You do ride a dragon in the campaign of Skyrim for like a split
Well,
second.
yeah, I
Yes,
remember that. But there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Just kind of dropped you off and was like, alright, have fun,
Funny
asshole.
thing about, because you have it on PC, you play it on Xbox,
I
and
do
you
play
play
it
it
on
on
I
PS3.
really regret getting an Xbox.
Okay. I just found out something about Hearthfire that's different from PC and Xbox. You get display cases all over your house, right? To put, oh look, I have this shiny weapon, it glows pretty colors, right? But there's glass cases that just lay on tables. You can't put your weapons in there.
Huh.
Like, you can drop it in any direction you want, and it will land in the same spot, but not in the case. Like, I've even seen people jump onto the case on the table and drop it as if it was going to fall to, I think it falls to your right side every time or something. And it falls in the same spot next to the right of the table.
That's weird.
And, like, you
just-
can't put things in the display cases. You can only do the wall racks. So you have all these empty glass cases on these tables, and you're going, well, shit.
Because I played Oblivion and Morrowind on the PC, and I modded
Right.
the hell out of them, and I love that. But my computer's not good enough right now to play Skyrim on it, so I got it for the Xbox.
Right.
And now I really regret having done that because I feel better because my computer probably can do it now, and so I'm sad. Because now I have Windows on my Mac.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
and so but I can't because I don't want to spend $50 on it again, which is sad. But moving on, speaking of the PS3 and all that stuff, PS4!
Whoa! New stuff!
There's gonna-
Yeah.
That one guy that's a PS3, is gonna be really happy.
I watched the entire announcement speech that happened.
I heard it was a weird...
Confirming
It was
things
weird.
talked about.
They
on
announced the leaks that already happened.
Yeah.
Everyone
It was
already
like
knew
a
everything.
2.5-hour announcement.
You guys heard about this Constitution thing? Is that what the developers did?
Yeah, of like different things. The main thing, what I got from it, it's going to be a very social console,
As every new console coming out
Yeah.
is going to be.
and
We need to catch up to
Yeah.
Xbox.
and
Wait, we'll talk
very-
about that next.
Yeah, and very good for developers. That's the two things they're kind of focused on.
Because I remember hearing PS3 sucked for developing stuff. Like the development package was awful.
Well,
like Oregon
that's
4.
part of why Skyrim took so long to get the.
The DLC, right?
Yep.
Because they were trying so like in the whole presentation they kept bringing out the development side, saying it's like, with all the hardware that's in this, developers can do this, and they showed a model of the new like high def face that they can make.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
everything I've heard about the PS4 from the conference, everyone said the graphics are just the PS3 pushed a little harder.
Yeah. It was like when you're watching the video, it's like these. I saw posters like these graphics are good. I think like from the videos they were showing, you couldn't tell if the graphics were good or not.
Well,
And even when they were doing live gameplay, it looked like you were just watching the PS3. You couldn't see anything profoundly different.
Well, I mean, but I know there's like this whole graphics race and everyone wants to have the prettiest game, but I mean, I think with the added like power and if it's easier for developers, you're gonna be able to get more in depth with slightly better graphics.
See, the weird thing I think about graphics is like, because right now games are beautiful as they are, but I think what is currently keeping games back are things like blades of grass, like the fact that whenever you see grass is like a lump of grass that sort of does this in the wind. Like the next step would be to have individual blades of grass, but that'd be ridiculous processing hours. Every single blade of grass would have its own physics engine going on for it. So I think I don't know because if it's as pretty looking, I understand. But if it has the ability to process more things at the same time, like building blades of grass at the same time, then that's where graphics would go.
well, the thing is, it doesn't. When
I haven't seen that.
when I read the specs, the graphics card is only a slight upgrade from what it is now.
Which is
Whereas
crazy.
when they're reporting the Xbox specs, it is a massive
Yeah.
jump. And Like, for instance, 8 gigabytes in a computer of RAM is
Yeah.
now standard, but your computer does a million things.
Yeah.
The new Xbox 720 has 8 gigabytes of RAM dedicated only to video game.
To one
thing. It's all processing of one thing.
Like, think of it this way, like, Xbox came out in, like, 2005, and,
Yeah.
like, if you had a computer from 2005, it's a piece of crap right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And so, like, you're getting, like, a brand new computer, which is...
Well, kind of, except for the fact that it's not a computer. If
Well,
you
yeah.
want a computer, get a computer.
Well, no, I'm just, like, for...
Thank
Right.
you for that.
But, that's the thing. People are, like... The problem with what they're doing now with consoles in general is they're trying to make them more of a computer than they are a console.
Yeah.
Stick to a console. No, they are. We need web browsing. You don't need web browsing. I don't need web browsing on my
But it's always fun with
PS4.
Connect. Like, Minority
Well,
Report.
that's something that they're also going to try integrating into the PS4. They
Yeah,
announced,
like
they announced a
Facebook
thing.
Connective and all the things.
They
Oh,
announced
yeah, you
like
can
a
post.
bar like
Yeah.
Kinect has
Mhm.
that it's going to communicate with the new controller.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's
a
gonna-
share button on the controller too.
Yeah.
And it's like so like the new camera motion sensor thing can like detect like the depth of the room that you're in, and if new people come into the room and like all this stuff. So it's pretty much PS4
Isn't that what Connect
Connect.
does? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
PS4 Connect.
it's basically that's what PlayStation does.
Mhm.
In general, they take something that someone else is doing and they spin it and make it their own.
Yeah.
It
They've
sucks
always
a little
done
bit
that.
more.
Like I have a PS3 controller right here. Convenient. The sticks were an N64 thing.
Yeah.
Then they went
DualShock 2!
DualShock 2. Yeah.
And then they went DualShock 3 and they went, oh shit, we don't have the patent for the vibration. I guess none of our controllers are going to ship with vibration.
They're not really a shock thing anymore.
They're working on better vibration too. They
But
mentioned
yeah,
that
okay,
in the
yeah,
freaking
but fucking
conference.
cares?
I remember like when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, they're like, you could feel vibrations of bombs miles away.
No, you
like,
can't.
I was like the vibrations were something they were pushing, and then like, oh, you can actually do that now.
Yeah.
One thing though I'm really sad that they are doing overall with the controller is they kept this trigger.
No, I thought
Style?
they were changing it. I thought
No,
they were-
it's the same
It's
thing.
rounded. It's more rounded.
But it's not like
It's not to the
it's not a
sides.
trigger. It's not a trigger though. Like the Xbox one is curved out,
Yeah.
so your finger doesn't slip.
No,
the
actually,
problem is when
that's-
playing with something like that, your finger slips.
Oh,
Yes. No,
That's
on Reddit earlier today, there was a picture of the new controller. It does have that. Like literally like an hour.
The one from
ago.
from the conference, the 3D photo I saw, it was still rounded down, not out.
Because I don't know if it has been written.
It's still it's just the same thing, except with a fancy little blue touchpad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a blue light on the back. There's a touchpad. There's a share button. And what I was talking about with the social thing, apparently you're going to be able to pretty much live stream your game as you're playing it through the PS4.
Twitch TV.
Which so like they'll have
It won't go to Twitch though.
they're partnering with Ustream. It's their main partners for the social is going to be Facebook and Ustream, and it looks cool, but at the same time, you're like, there's already all these people already doing this with streaming their games, like with what Cullen does with StarCraft. He's already doing it. There's already this huge market. People aren't going to want to transfer over to another market just to have something like that happen.
And I can give some very strange insight on this. When GoPro released their new software, because I'm going into my little motorsports thing, you could take a clip directly from the camera and put it right onto YouTube, just straight. You don't have to have any other stuff. And all of a sudden now there's 1,000 fucking clips of people just spinning out. The same thing is going to happen where it's going to be some fucking 14-year-old, some 9-year-old asshole playing Call of Duty that nobody cares about, and all of a sudden, it doesn't make any sense.
It's going to saturate the market.
Sharing's cool. I like sharing. Like, I beat my friend Jesse in Madden the other day, and I shared that shit to my wall to humiliate him. And I thought that was funny, you know?
But you didn't record a 20-minute video of you dancing,
absolutely.
going, yeah!
Absolutely not. And then Dirt 3 had some YouTube integration, and I really enjoyed that. Because I uploaded a 10-second clip of me flipping my car, it's on the internet, whatever. I don't mind, I don't mind putting everything together. I don't mind sharing. I know I'm not really a big fan of becoming this giant social box, which is exactly where it's going, but... Don't let everybody live stream. It doesn't make any sense. Who cares?
I think the weird thing about it is like when I think PS3, that is not like that's not even like the kind of, like I don't think PS3 as a social thing. Like what I think
not
is,
at all.
I think like that's what Xbox does. PS3 is like just for like weird like game like just for like more
Uncharted
hardcore
and-
games.
well,
not even hardcore. Like
Not
it's
even
like,
hardcore.
I
It's
expect-
they have
Single player
platformer. They have
campaign.
I
They
expect
had
like
their
dark, I expect like I guess darker overall is like is what I
Yeah.
what I think of PS3.
yeah.
Just
I mean,
a
but
darker
all
tone
they had
overall.
really were their
like
platformers.
more serious thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
have any real exclusives except for their platformers and Killzone.
Ratchet and Clank was only PS.
Oh, fuck.
Well, yeah,
that's the
yeah.
one thing. I was like,
A
like,
platformer.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But that Metal Gear Solid and Uncharted, like, man, I want to get PS3. Like that was the only reason I wanted PS3.
And
No,
then,
yeah,
but really, you'd be buying a $300 Blu-ray player for
Yeah.
one game.
Yeah.
So, in
Yeah.
the end, I mean, but I think Sony's shooting themselves in the foot, and I don't mean to be a naysayer about the PS4. It could end up be awesome.
amazing.
It could be. But the problem is they're doing the same thing they did with the PS3. They have no exclusives. Every game that they're coming out with is going to come out on the Xbox and the PC
Yeah.
and everything else. Or on the PS3 before it. But they keep dodging questions about whether your PS3 game is transferable to your PS4.
No, they came out and said it's not going to be.
It's no,
Which makes
no, about the
No,
ones
they
that are
keep-
coming
yeah.
out right before the
Oh, okay.
PS4 comes
Yeah.
out. Like, Sleeping Dogs, I think, is coming out for the... Not Sleeping Dogs. Watch Dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs.
They
That
premiered.
was
They
so
did some
cool.
No,
footage from that.
no, but Watch Dogs.
Yes, they did
It
premiere
looks
footage.
It looked pretty cool.
It looks
looks
awesome,
amazing.
but it's going to be on everything else.
Yeah.
Well, but no, but what I heard is they're developing Watch Dogs for PS4 first, then releasing for everything else.
3. They're doing a release for 3, then 4.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna,
And the problem is... And every other one of the lineup for launch is going to go out on 3 and 4, but they keep dodging the question whether if I buy it for PS3, can I play it on my PS4 once it comes out? They have not given a definitive
I can't
answer to
imagine a
that.
company of this caliber would.
No, I can imagine it because they've done it before.
Well, because think of it like your Nintendo 64 doesn't play Super Nintendo games, and
Well,
your Game View doesn't play.
But now we're in the age of backwards compatibility where your
But-
Wii plays.
But this
a
isn't
bunch
going to
of-
have backwards
Well,
compatibility.
No, but I
no,
understand,
okay.
but we are in that age.
We're in
though.
that age, but the problem did the after Gen 1 of the PS3, did any of them play PS2 games? No.
Or PS1.
Or PS1?
Yes.
No. The thing is, disc is backwards compatible, cartridge is not. The excuse for back then was a 32-bit cartridge couldn't go in the N64 because
Right.
it was a 64-bit machine.
Yeah.
So
Couldn't you run 2 32-bit games?
what? No. But it's this always happens with Sony and what they're doing lately with the whole, it's not going to be backwards compatible. You have to re-buy it to use it. And then what they're really standing on right now for a leg is we can stream the game to the PS Vita.
Yeah.
But they've claimed things like this before, and then they don't come out with it one.
Remember how the GameCube can stream to the Game Boy Advance, and no one ever did it except for once in Wind Waker.
I did not know that.
The
even
Tingle
was-
Tuner,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
I
a thing,
used
a
it.
Tingle Tuner.
Yeah,
You get like one extra bonus on connected to your Game Boy Advance.
and you
never
get a
knew
map.
that.
You get a really good map and,
And
stuff like that.
PS2 could connect to the PSP, I thought, for some
No.
things.
I know it was discussed.
No, it never happened.
I will say one thing about PS3 or PS4. They just announced actually today they backtracked a little bit, and because before they said you couldn't do used games, today they said that you can
Which
do
is
used
great.
games. They-
Well, because
That's
if they
great
didn't,
news.
no one was gonna buy it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, what's the point? I
Yeah.
mean, half the time I don't want to buy a new game at launch because I know it's gonna not be worth $60,
Yeah.
especially the AAA titles.
Speaking on that, I'll just jump off of that.
Yeah.
One of the things they did mention in the conference was when you're wanting to buy a new game through their store, because usually now you can play like a little demo of the game. The new social store is going to let you play the actual game as much as you like a certain section of it, not a demo, fully open for you. So
You
you can,
just said certain section, though.
Well,
That means a demo.
demo.
no, but like it's going to be like a fully functional part of the game. It's not going to be just.
Well, that's what most demos are now. Are a
Yeah,
fully
but
finished,
what they were saying
realized
is-
level.
the way I can't remember the way they say it, but they're like, you're going to play like as if you had bought the game, as like just trying it out.
But I do that now. That's my point is that's nothing new. They just kind of glossied up.
Yeah.
They put lipstick on a pig here.
But you know me, I suck,
I know,
I suck at knowing this stuff.
No, literally,
Well,
I
we're
played
blaming Sony.
a game I played last year, Kingdoms of Amalur. I got the demo.
Hamburg.
I got the demo, and then I bought the game. And the demo was like the first 10 minutes of the game. Exactly.
We should talk about demos later on and do like a different podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
cool.
It's a cool idea.
No, but overall,
Just
they
saying.
literally just told everyone, you're gonna have demos.
Do you want to play the game before you
No,
buy it?
no, it's not a regular demo. It's a PS4 demo.
PS4 demo.
Oh, so speaking of PS4 and the fact that it's going to exist, so Bungie just announced their next game they're going to be playing Destiny, which apparently will come out to the PS4.
It will be on the PS4. Apparently,
The Microsoft is really regret having sold them now.
the PS4. It's going to be on the Xbox 3.
Yeah,
it's
it's
going to be on the
gonna be
Xbox. And PC. It
360
might come
or
to
720?
PC.
Whatever.
The 720 might not be out. It's coming out in quarter 3, so the 720 won't
this
be
year,
out.
next
Right.
year.
Quarter 3 of this year,
Oh,
is
really?
what I've heard. Or no, quarter 4. So it should be holidays.
Still, it's
The
close.
PS4, it's coming out for the PS3 and the PS4, I believe, the same style. And it will be out in time for holidays along with the PS4.
It's weird, like, just from the screenshots I've seen, it looks a lot like Halo 4.
It
Because,
well,
like, there's a big planet with, like, bits coming off, and it's like, that's Halo 4.
well, no, that's Halo in general, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just except it's like it has MMO aspect.
There's a trailer that I
Without
have
being-
not. There's a trailer I haven't seen. I wish we had gotten it spooled up, but apparently there's a trailer. Apparently it's really fun.
Well, we know how our trailer experience has been in the last couple of weeks.
That's true.
And YouTube and people claiming rights to things they don't own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So go look up for yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to.
no,
saved
it's
on my
all
Reddit.
over the internet.
Stop being so lazy.
Actually,
Google it.
watch the vid doc.
Well, after this, go do
Yeah.
it. After that.
Don't do it now.
Hold on, we'll pause for you to watch.
Anyways,
All right.
That was really great. I like it.
You like
Catch
it?
all of it.
Yeah.
The giant squid was really unexpected.
no, but like I was watching
Ted was
the
sexy.
vid doc for the making of the
I didn't
game,
expect to see Jesus.
and there was
Never
Yo
do.
Swag Jesus, and a lot of the not just the backgrounds look like Halo. Some of the character models look like
Yeah.
Master Chief.
Well, I mean, it's still.
I mean,
it's still Bungie, so like
it's Bungie. It's
the
what
same
they
guys
do.
making it, but
I mean, Marathon is kind of like Halo because it's the
I mean,
predecessor.
2 did eventually. But yeah, you're talking about.
You know what I'm.
It
You know what
can
I'm
be
saying.
done. Yes.
No, Marathon 3D was 3D.
I haven't played any of them.
Okay.
I don't know what Marathon
Although they're
is.
for Macintosh, yeah, Macintosh.
It's the
games.
original Bungie game.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
It was like it's a Doom kind of game.
yeah,
Okay.
it
It in
literally
theory takes place in the same universe as Halo, but like it's sort of,
thousands of years later or
Yeah.
something like that.
Interesting.
like you can see the Marathon logo in Halo in a couple places.
A whole ton actually.
That's
but,
awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Then
So go look up
Yeah.
look up Destiny because it looks really cool.
it does look cool, and it's Bungie,
Yes.
maker
And
of
Bungie.
original Halo. So hopefully it will
It
be
can't
awesome.
be that. It can't be that awful.
No.
No, even Reach, which had terrible multiplayer, had the best
It
campaign.
was the best campaign.
I like playing Reach, what little I played of it.
I didn't really get into Reach. Although I will.
Armor lock.
I will.
Done.
I will
Argument done.
24-3. I'm doing a great job on this current Halo.
Yay!
Just not the campaign, but the multiplayer is
It's
great.
the inverse of Halo Reach.
It really is.
Well, I mean, I feel like as far as gaming is going, a lot of us will still always care about the campaign, but I think
Yeah.
if there's a very big multiplayer aspect.
It always
I've
blows,
only played 2 levels of the campaign of Halo.
it always blows my mind when people put like thousands of hours in multiplayer and never even touched a single player. Like not even
That's who I am. That's
So
what
weird.
I
I
do.
don't understand that really because I paid $60.
Yeah, we get the
Well, we're playing the
But
game.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. I am playing the game. If I'm getting like 300 hours out of a game, that's $60 worth for
No,
sure.
I want to play all the things if I bought it.
Because, like,
I
I
gotta do all the things in it that I
I,
can.
I was the guy that like read the Halo novels and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Fall of Reach, by the way, it's actually a really good book. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, like,
Which is
I do
Reach, but-
campaign. It depends on the game, I guess. Far Cry 3, played the campaign.
Well, there's
It was
really
like-
only the
No, I
campaign.
understand. And the
multiplayer's
multiplayer is
awful.
shitty. I've got like 165 hours in Far Cry 3. I burned down a lot of villages.
You should play Just
Probably
Cause
more
2. I
than
think you'd
that.
really dig Just Cause.
I like Just Cause 2. Just Cause 2 quite a bit.
Just Cause. So in
Less
not
than Just Cause
in
1.
non-video games, I wanted to talk about really quick. The Tesla, the guys who make the Tesla Roadster, which is a ridiculously cool all-electric muscle car, are releasing the Tesla S, which is it's their sedan version.
Yeah.
This
Tesla,
is beautiful,
it's
by the way.
gorgeous, and Tesla Roadster is like $250,000 new. Tesla sedan is more affordable at $50,000, so actual people could maybe
Oh, wait,
get
really?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
$50,000.
How did I know that?
That was crazy. but the scandal, which is spelled wrong on that screen.
Can I just shake your hand for knowing? Wait, fuck.
I watch Top Gear a lot.
Do you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Top Gear.
Everyone watches Top
Do you want to
Gear.
go out?
I
Yes.
watch Top
Do
Gear.
it.
But yeah, so but the Tesla, but the So there was a big scandal about the Tesla S, and that was the New York Times review headline was a awful fuck. This is the worst car ever made sort of thing. The guy went on a road trip and like said things like the car like died halfway through and all this stuff. And then Tesla's like, that's complete bullshit. And what they've been doing is like people that own them and Tesla themselves are doing the exact same route and like tweeting out the data from the car, saying like this is completely bullshit. Like it totally does this thing. And what it turns out is the guy that wrote the article is actually the guy that does most of the news and article stuff about big oil. And so like there's this big like is he just doing this because like did the car actually fuck up or is he just saying this because it's like a really good electric car? But yeah, like I just wanted to say that because like that's just crazy that it's happening. And I just want to talk about electric cars in general.
I'm just happy that they called him out on his bullshit and that it's really kind of going through. It's cool to see everyone kind of come together and talk about it.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about electric cars, I would love to.
I want a Chevy Volt so badly.
I
remember when they announced because when they first announced it looked like a really cool old Chevy muscle car, and then became like it's kind of like a Prius.
It got shit really on cool for like the first like.
Because they shipped a bunch
3
of
months.
no brakes.
Well, they were playing. They fixed that.
They did.
They did. No. Chevy to their
brakes back on the car.
Chevy to their credit went
that
our
decision.
bad. They said our bad.
Oh yeah, no.
And they fixed the problem.
They owned up to it. I think
So inspector number whatever fucked up. But no, like the Chevy Volt got shit on for the first couple of months because it also took gasoline if you wanted.
Yeah,
but the gasoline thing, it's like an electric. It's like a gasoline generator. It charges your battery.
Here's the thing about that.
It's awesome.
Because I've read everything about the Chevy Volt and when it was back coming out. Because it is like the average commute for everyone is like 39 miles to and fro every day, and so they made it so you can drive 40 miles on pure electricity, which is most people's what they're going to drive per day, and then the gas is there for when you're doing like road trips and stuff, and need to go more than 40 miles. Like that's the only reason that it's on there. Most people in their daily affairs are not going to touch the gas engine whatsoever, and it is a generator, it's not an engine.
Yeah.
So it's just powering.
It literally is just a gas generator that recharges your battery.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like,
so you can go a lot farther.
Yeah, it's 300 miles on the with the engine.
And it's like I don't know, it's only a couple of gallons. It's not
awesome.
a lot.
Yeah, that's good mileage on top of that.
That's awesome.
I want one so bad. They're like I don't know how much they are, but
they're
50.
No, I don't think they're that high.
They're about 50.
Really?
They were 50 new.
Yeah.
They might be a little lower now, but they were 50 when.
I've been seeing them more. I see them on the street all the time now.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the Nissan Leaf more and more too. Which is really
I've
cool.
actually seen more of the new Tesla sedan than I have of
I haven't
anything
seen
else.
any Tesla sedan.
Well, I have that Tesla.
I've seen, like, I've seen
on
the
the
that's
street,
right.
but
Yeah.
I see a lot of Leafs, but I actually know someone who owns a Leaf and they regret buying it and they should.
looks
They're
really
like,
dumb.
should have got a. They're like, I
Yeah.
wish I got a Volt
Yeah.
because there's no room in it, and then also the.
And it's only electric.
It's only it's not just it's only electric, it's kind of like the same mileage as the Volt, but like, dude.
It's like
It's not fun to drive.
Yeah,
There's
like,
nothing
it's like,
to it.
It's like a normal hatchback. It's just like
Not even. It's like a dumpy dwarf hatchback.
Although I'll say the Nissan Leaf's the only car I've ever seen anyone use like the recharging station at like Ralph's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like only time I've ever seen.
Well, it dies
with
I heard it dies a lot.
And it takes like 10 hours to charge too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I will say, and this is, I'm coming from the spectrum of liking cars that are a little bit more exciting. Electric cars just aren't doing it for me yet. I think they're getting there. But I wish that we would just invest in diesel technology because as far as mileage, fuel efficiency,
because
diesel technology is just, in Europe it's there.
Yeah.
There's diesel's more available there.
Well, it's more available and we have really, really crazy emissions.
Yeah, I think
that wouldn't work.
I think the problem here is people just associate diesel with trucks and like
trucks and like a 1984 Mercedes, just like spewing soot everywhere. Like it's just, So I think if we brought diesel technology back, which on a lot of cars you can get way more than the Prius can get. You can get way more.
I think the TDIs from Volkswagen are about 54.
Yeah, which is great, and they're still fun to drive.
Yeah.
They have a lot more power, tons of torque because
they're
it's a diesel
turbo
motor.
and
I mean, I think there's a lot more potential there, and I don't know. I mean, I understand all sides of the argument. For me, there's no electric car that's necessarily impressed me yet, although I do love the Tesla. Well, the Tesla on its own is a very beautiful car.
Looks like a Lotus. That's why it's
no. I don't actually like that one. I like the sedan.
You like the sedan?
Sure.
I want
the sedan is beautiful. The headlights are just they're phenomenal. And because they have these little LED strips, it's just
kind of like Audi,
but better than Audis.
Okay.
Because Audis are one little eyebrow, and this is just like a fucking full outline. It looks really nice. great looking car. Talk about it all day.
I want a hydrogen car though. No, we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not there.
It'll happen someday when they don't explode or cost $1,000 billion.
Isn't there there's a couple the FCX Clarity.
Yeah, they're the only hydrogen gas station in the country is in LA because there's like 5 people that have one here.
There was a big hydrogen testing for the cars, and it was here in LA, but it was a issue. There was another big oil scandal, and it got shut down. Yeah, so someday we'll have an alternative fuel source that's cool.
I want to throw out people that haven't seen. Go look up on Netflix this documentary called "Who Killed the Electric Car."
Great documentary.
It's amazing, and it'll make you so furious.
Yeah.
It's because the big thing is it's following the is it GM Evo and it was this amazing car that because people are like, oh shit, this is a really bad thing.
And then there was the tiny Toyota one that just says EV vehicle on it.
Yeah, and so what happened is they destroyed all of them because they were destroying because it was killing oil.
I apologize. I keep talking about you.
Because we both know and we're both passionate about it.
We are. The city of Santa Monica does actually have a couple of those EVs that they still actively use.
Yeah. I thought there was only one working one, and it was in a museum somewhere.
No. I know that Peterson has one in storage, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And Santa Monica somehow still has one.
I need to find them. I want to see one.
The Toyota EV, there's a couple of those in Studio City running around.
I need to go see them.
That's so cheap. We're looking at the price on the.
I know. We should get the Futon Alliance Tesla S.
I'd love to. I'm about to buy a car, so let's
when they have a drifting electric car, you'll be able to ride it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish they would get into it. Because let's face it, the sport that I am in is probably the worst thing in the world for the environment. It's terrible.
The amount of rubber.
Baby seal hunting is pretty bad too.
Yeah. Otters.
Baby seal hubcaps.
Did we talk about the otters?
We talked about otters the other day.
Yeah, otters are going to kill seals.
Yeah. So otters are bad for the environment.
Yes. So otter boxes are.
Fuck otters.
Yeah, otters.
No,
I wasn't there for the conversation.
They're cute. Shut up.
We're the Futon Alliance. We fucking hate otters.
Yeah, we don't. That's the official stance. We hate otters.
All right.
Official stance.
So moving on from hating otters.
Speaking of news that just came out.
And Tesla.
Go for it.
We are. So today it was released by IGN/AskMen.com. Because they're the same company somehow. I didn't even know that.
So dumb.
For some reason. They have now laid off every employee from 1UP, UGO, and GameSpy, and have officially shut down the websites.
See, I want to say.
Wait, what?
I want to say. First of all, I've always hated IGN. IGN has been awful to me.
I've always gone to GameSpot.
I always loved. 1UP.com was my crap. When they had the 1UP show, it was amazing. And then they laid off half of everybody, and I stopped going there. And so now I'm glad it's gone. Well, because it was a bastardization of what it was.
Well, 1UP was always owned by IGN. It was just their indie.
I know,
site.
but it was so awesome.
I know it was a cool site, but
it was the best. It was amazing.
And then now,
Co-op was good too.
IGN has also decided to sell off the IPL, which is going back to esports, full circle.
Yeah.
Their pro league for StarCraft. I believe they do Dota, and I know they do League of Legends, and I think they were gonna do Shoot Mania, which is a new first-person shooter that's coming out.
So what do you got? What is your website for you guys that you go to for reviews and stuff like that?
FutonAlliance.com.
Yes.
Damn right.
Absolutely.
And TwoFootLess.com.
They're the best.
I would always go to game. Why am I not part of this? I would always go to GameShows.com before
Game Shows is one. I used to frequent Kotaku a lot. That whole Gawker media, I'm on them a lot. That's July.
Are they the ones that did something really insidious that everyone hated?
Kotaku?
Yeah. They went through a big scandal with a lot of things.
Were they Engadget got kicked out of CES or something like that? Engadget did something where they took one of those reversal turn off TV things. Yeah. And they were they turn off things during presentations. They turn off the TV they're doing. And they got kicked out and banned from it. And it was that's kind of a dick thing.
No, but
this is years ago.
No, that was I think someone from Kotaku. But the sites I frequent are The Escapist.
Escape is perfect.
Yeah.
I only watch Zero Punctuation and Unskippable.
Unskippable's great. I was watching one today. But no.
You ever seen Zero Punctuation?
I haven't seen. or
Oh
been
my
on
god!
any of these
We didn't
websites
know
you're mentioning.
Zero Punctuation is this dude that reviews games, but he's like ultra harsh about it. But it's
And
amazing to
it's
watch.
called Zero Punctuation because he talks like this the whole time and he doesn't stop at any point.
And it's the
any
most
time.
honest reviews you can get. And they're like, because like when he likes a game, he says the good things.
He says
agrees
good
about all the
things,
bad
yeah.
things, and it's great. It's so good. I can't believe you heard of it.
No,
We're gonna watch like literally after this is done. We're gonna watch one.
Yeah.
They're so good.
We can screw up the audio and watch one now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, actually we can't. But
No, if we don't show it, it's fine.
no, the audio is still theirs.
we need
So-
to like, well, we could talk over it and have like 50% capacity. And it'll be fine.
No.
We're gonna
So
make it work.
Really trying
we
here.
can watch one right after.
Fuck the system.
Yeah.
But
and you do Tumblr.
Good luck with that.
And you're
The
a Tumblr
Escapist,
gal. That's how you get other stuff.
I
Yeah,
occasionally go on Destructoids. That's always a good site.
It's been a long time.
Oh my God.
GameSpot
Hey,
has
that's
been
what-
around forever, and I always go on GameSpot.
Have you watched Hey Ash What You Playing? Or any watch Hey Ash What You Playing?
No, I haven't
Oh
actually.
my god, that's the it's by one of the guys. It's by I don't know if it's a Destructoid thing, but it's one of the main writers for Destructoid. Him and his sister did this web series called Hey Ash What You're Playing, and it's hilarious. And
I
you
actually
need to watch
watched
that.
something on
Like, you need to-
Escapist by one of the writers for
Yeah,
Destructoid.
like you need to
but
watch the punctuation. You need to watch Hey Ash What You're Playing.
All
It's
right.
phenomenal and really funny.
Well then.
Yeah.
Copyright is indeed a bitch.
No, it's a 3 asterisks.
Copyright.
Every
Three
bad
asterisks.
word is a 3 asterisk word on Twitch.
You'll never be able to know what they
Yes,
really
exactly. They don't want you
say.
to know what they're saying. So everything is ass
It's an ass. Yeah.
on Twitch.
Copyright's eight. Yep.
Or fag. It could be. Fag
Whoa.
too.
No.
I'm not saying derogatory. I'm saying a 3-letter bad word. Is what that could be.
So
That's
anyway,
a very bad word.
bad Dean, no Dean.
No
But,
bad Christmas spirit, Dean.
But like the
What?
But now, IGN and AskMen are their only 2 websites, and they're trying to sell off their Pro League, which I find weird in general because that actually brought in.
Let's buy it.
Revenue.
Futon Lines.
Do we have like $1 million?
Yes.
Yes! I just won the lottery.
Apparently they
Oh.
do. Here
We're gonna
we
start
go.
selling T-shirts soon.
I think it's
Look out
actually
for that.
probably more
Yay.
than $1 million.
That's
We actually
cool.
are about to start selling T-shirts. So
I've got more than $1 million.
All right.
Just more.
Do you really?
1,000,001.
Oh man.
It can be
Well,
one
then
hour.
we're in luck.
Yeah. Holler at us.
But
Well, sales tax though.
Go to our contact form.
Aw.
Wait, what?
Sales tax.
Sales tax.
Wait, would there be sales tax on a
No.
transaction like that?
yes, Robbie.
Things we think about.
No, but it's just fine. But there are buyers who are interested, so that hopefully the IPL will continue, but it'll end up having another name because it won't be the IGN Pro League anymore because they don't own it. So we'll see what happens with IGN. Honestly, it sounds like they're just gonna go under pretty soon.
Which is
Yeah.
weird.
It's a weird thing. Because IGN, like
Has
the main
been around
IGN, is
for
like
a
that's
long
like they're a
time.
really big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was always between my friends IGN or GameSpot.
Like I remember when I went to like once IGN like when it first came out like that was like I switched to that and started doing it all the time until one up came out that I went up.
Yeah.
And now the game trailers come out.
Well,
I never liked IGN. I always found it unapproachable. So.
I didn't like when they started doing like more movies and other media stuff and
Yeah.
moving more away from video games. And then I was like,
Well, that's why they made all those cousin
yeah.
websites. But now they're all dead and
All my
murdered.
friends are dead.
They murdered him.
It's
Kind of depressing. When you
Speaking
think
of murder,
It's not really that
let's go
depressing.
on.
Wait, speaking of murder.
Transition!
Hold on, I really want to see how this transition works
Segue.
out.
Alright, yeah, wait.
Alright.
Shh. Speaking of murder,
We've just killed the pacing, so we can go on to the next thing.
Wow.
Cool. So I wanted to wrap it up with talking about because we have TFA FlyHunny now or Stacy, and so like we wanted to talk, like I wasn't there when this happened because I didn't get to go to Australia because I
'Cause
was
he's a
working
loser.
until like
He was working.
really old. And so I missed it out. So
Lame.
and I thought about like where would that name come from? And so I thought it'd be cool to talk
Well-
about where we got our various names from.
do we want to start with Drew?
No, hold on.
Because his name's great.
Yeah.
Hold on, my name's great, but
Your name's great.
Joanne is. I can give her story.
Yeah. Can
Alright.
you remember her story?
I remember the
I
entire
remember the
story.
whole
No,
story.
no, no. There's
All right.
a
We'll
bigger
see if
story.
We can get the
Gets
drunk
it
version
right
and the
here.
real
Yeah.
version.
Yeah,
We'll
don't
see.
come back. Okay, so it all started with Cullen making a Facebook status about a month ago talking about the Wii U, and he wanted to go to GameStop, and I said, "Let's go to GameStop so I can holler at some FlyHunny." Alright. time goes on, Colin hates me every time because every time we start talking, I always mention this FlyHunny that works at GameStop. I won't say her name.
Which GameStop is it?
No.
Right there.
That's creepy. She works in Kansas, like nowhere near us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna drive to Kansas for a week.
I won't say Roxy's name. Now,
Roxy and
Use
Kansas City.
Felicity or something. We're gonna have to do a day 9 name. We gotta pick a name for every girl.
Roxy of
Okay.
4th Street in Kansas City, Missouri.
anyways, so I told him that we should go holler at our dog, also known as Roxy.
Oh my god!
Anyways, so that's a little preface of this. Then we were all here on this couch, and I had been drinking a lot of Diet Coke, and I didn't.
Rum.
It was Coke Zero.
It was Coke Zero. I didn't have a lot of sleep the night before, and I was sick, and I was on NyQuil.
Really? You were all those things?
Yes.
Wow,
I definitely
you had
wasn't.
really, really
I definitely
hard.
wasn't drinking alcohol.
He wasn't drinking all that girly rum called
I
Malibu.
was definitely not drinking Malibu.
No,
Shit,
he
no.
wouldn't do that.
I love
Malibu's
Malibu.
delicious.
I love
Because you're
Malibu.
also a girl.
I know that. A coconut rum and Coke with Malibu Black is delicious.
I'll be honest, I don't remember the rest of the story.
Alright, so, continuing on. Drunk Stacy and Drunk Drew come in, and Drew goes, Stacy's part of the site! Yay!
I thought this is a lot like...
And he's like, oh, she needs a name. I'm like, she's new Robbie. And,
Oh.
and then he went, no. We need someone named FlyHunny. I'm like, well, because she's new Robbie.
Yes, we need to pause a second for where new Robbie came from.
Oh, yeah.
And new Robbie came from a little...
Backstory!
A little while ago, the three of us and her, 4 of us, 3 of us and her. What's a Franken? What's your
Wow.
what?
I was an outsider then.
Yeah.
So we went to the Frankenstein Trade Show, which you talked about on another podcast.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to go, so I wanted to go. So all 4 of us went, minus Robbie. And so it was the 3 of us, and then the not TFA persons were like, you know what, you're gonna be Robbie this time. So we called her
her
Stacey
New Robbie.
the entire time, which was wonderful. And so we go back to the
Alright,
day.
so I'm like, oh no, her name is TFA New Robbie, and Robbie has to lose his name, so he would be TFA FlyHunny. Because they were talking about flying. I'm like, no, his name is TFA FlyHunny, which I found hilarious.
and I do too.
I would have been fine with TFA.
But then he was like, but wait, I'm already Party Cat.
Yes.
So, which I don't know where that name came from, but we'll find out
We'll
later.
find out.
And then, so, Party Cat was like, no, I as Party Cat. So we're like, all right,
Actually,
you are TFA FlyHunny.
No, Drew was really insisting.
I know, I remember this part.
Yeah.
Robbie's like, I'll be TFA FlyHunny. I was like, no, motherfucker, I hate TFA old Robbie. You're now TFA new Robbie. So I was like, old Robbie's dead to us. New Robbie's better. I remember that part.
Yeah.
Racking the
But then Robbie was like, but I already have a name, so I can't be FlyHunny.
Yeah.
So she became FlyHunny instead of New Robbie.
FlyHunny.
And then instantly made a Twitter and a Tumblr and
A thing and a thing and a
Yeah.
Which is already like reblogged to hell and back again, which is awesome.
Yeah.
thing. Which is cool. She is a Tumblr whore.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
I love Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Cool. So I
You
guess
can see her breasts on
No, you cannot.
TFA.tumblr.com.
No, you cannot.
I'm blocking from the camera.
Okay.
Cool. So
Look it out for me.
Do you want to go
So
down the line
many
or
viewers on your Tumblr.
Yeah. So we.
So I go by 2 aliases. I go by Daijin and I go by Nocto in the gaming, and also Mr. Noodles. But that's a long story. Mr. Noodles. Okay, we'll start with that because that's the first one. Starting all the way back, my first name was Kid Camera, back in AOL days, which is a terrible thing to call yourself
God.
because I liked movies and I liked making movies. Like, I'll be Kid Camera, and that's the worst thing to call yourself.
You must have been so naive.
I was so naive.
I mean, everyone has a bad first name.
This is before pedophilia was a thing. So, like, it was literally when I was like 10 years old on AOL, on a kids account. You guys remember kids accounts on AOL?
Yeah.
Crazy time. So like that was the first thing. And then it became, then when I started playing Magic the Gathering and Booster Drafts, we needed to have a name for that. So I went by, I was in that I'm so random phase of that everyone sort of went to in middle school. And so I was like, I'm going to be Noodles because Noodles are random. And so I was Mr. Noodles. And then
was the word.
Yeah.
yeah, it was muffins and pies and noodles, like the 3 go-to random things. And so I was Mr. Noodles, and then I became Noctul because I liked Noctum, and which is the Latin for night. And it's like, I'm gonna be Noctum, and I spelled it wrong. And so
Noctul.
yeah, so now on Xbox Live I'm Noctul, and then for on when I Whoa, I just said like a lot of things that didn't say anything at all. Instead of World of Warcraft, my first character that I played a lot of was Daijin, which was me misspelling Dijin. D-G-I-N, and the god thing. And so I became Daijin. Now so Daijin Noctil, whenever I'm in a game, it's either Daijin or Noctil. Or Morpork, which is...
But you don't play anymore WoW, so you're just Noctil.
No, but Daijin is still a couple places. I have a Daijin on Guild Wars 2.
Oh, okay.
And I have a Morpork in Guild Wars 2. Morpork is named after Ankh Morpork from the Discworld series. But it's funny because I had Morpork on World of Warcraft, people kept asking me, do I live on Moore Park here in LA? I was like, what the hell is Moore Park?
Right.
If I last
and now you know.
And now I live next to Moore Park, and it's
now
just full circle.
Moore Park's that way in the middle
No,
of
no,
Moore Park's a
no,
street, bro.
I live next to
Street.
Oh, I was talking about the
More
middle
Park,
of...
but like more
Yeah,
Park is
okay.
that way.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's that way.
It's that way.
That way.
I think it's
Yeah.
it's
It's
right.
that way.
It's right.
It's right in your heart.
It's
Right in the heart.
So you're
Or right in the crotch, either one.
So Stacey, your TFA FlyHunny, do you have any other aliases you have on the internet?
She's got a lot.
Not well. Okay, I have two that I've been using lately. The one that I've used ever since I only use the internet for Harry Potter related things was Seriously Siri because I thought it was hilarious. So I go by that pretty much anywhere. And then the other one, which is more recent, which I've used when I couldn't be seriously serious, has been Whatever Shakes Your Boat.
Was seriously spelled like Sirius Black?
No, it was seriously spelled the correct way and then S-I-R-I.
Like the app
Yes.
for your iPhone.
Well, yeah,
Or
and now,
Sirius Black.
okay, and this was years before Siri, so now when people see my username, I get like the app? No!
Like, serious Siri? Like, why'd you give me the wrong directions again?
Which is kind of why I changed to Whatever Shakes Your Boat.
Why would I want to call GameStop in Texas? Like,
I
seriously, Siri?
I
We're
clearly
looking
live in
for
Kansas City,
another,
Missouri.
Roxy in Kansas,
With Roxy on Fourth
obviously.
Street.
Oh my god.
I lived in Kansas City. I should know where GameStop is in there. What do you know?
Okay.
So Mr. Vest.
Oh god, no,
Oh,
Mr.
no, you have to say all the names.
Throw back to Mr. Vest. Oh my god.
I like this.
Okay, so
I want to throw out really quick that like all those guys were known each other since like high school, and I've been in LA for like a year and a half, so I don't know any of their backstories. So this is always
He's only known me for like a year now.
Yeah, it's
Mr.
crazy.
Vest. Okay, well,
There's
like
so many names.
the main thing, like my Twitter is Robbie Shuttles, just because that's like my name, so that's simple and stupid. So that's that way.
That is really dumb. Thank you for not
Yeah,
clarifying
thank you.
that. No, it's
You're
like
welcome.
that's really
Good
stupid.
for acknowledging.
So stupid.
Shut up, I'm talking.
Hey, it's really dumb.
Oh my god!
Your last name is dumb and you should feel bad.
Yeah. So Robbie Shuttles, go on.
At Robbie Shuttles.
I'm going to punch you.
Hashtag
Oh,
stupid
please
name.
don't.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Okay, so when I had my previous Xbox, my Xbox Live account, I couldn't figure out what to do for my Xbox name, and I had a period of my life where I liked wearing vests.
I called him Mr. Vest.
He called me Mr. Vest whenever I'd be wearing a vest, so I was like, what should be my game tag? And Cloner was like, you should be Mr. Vest.
I think I was
So in
there for
high
that.
school, I was the
No,
random.
no.
I was the kid that said random all the time, and you were the kid that wore vests.
I wore the vests.
So then you
it
were the
wasn't
fedora-
high
so you
school.
were
It
the
was
fedora-
actually
It was after
college.
high
So
school.
were you the fedora kid then?
I had a fedora.
Yes,
You were the
Oh my god!
fedora
We're the nerd people in high school.
I
Everyone
was
hates.
Except I didn't wear a fedora until after high school,
Yeah.
and I smoked a lot.
Yeah.
But that's a different story.
So I was the Mr. Vest. It wasn't just Mr. Vest. It was the Mr. Vest.
Mr.
We
Vest.
had
The
to have
Mr.
that.
Vest, for some reason.
And then the reason why now I'm TFA Party Cat, it was we were planning a New Year's Eve party, and we were at Party City, who we love. We love Party
We
City.
love Party
We
City.
love Party
Yeah,
City. Who
City.
loves us?
Party
One-stop shop for all your party goods.
Wait,
Um,
what? I missed party.
sponsor.
I'll update you.
Well,
Okay.
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 And
We
we
had a
were
nice conversation.
roaming.
Okay.
I was
I did
left.
it! Yay!
You made it this time.
No, but was he the best? Drew was the best.
Ah.
So we're there, and we were walking down the aisle, and I saw this. There was like a sparkly hat, and there was a cat tail, like a costume cat tail, and I'm like,
On the hat or like?
no, just separate. Separate. And I'm like, what can I do
Our
with
pet
this?
play.
And I'm like, it's New Year's Eve, it's a party. I want to be party cat. So what I did is like,
That's really dumb.
It's really
like there's a picture I have on Facebook. I'll throw it up somewhere. Drew actually took the picture.
Did.
But it's like I was wearing a black shirt.
A vest.
No, there was no vest.
There was
there was a vest.
There was a vest.
There was a
vest.
Was it a white vest?
No, it was white pants.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you take it in the butt.
No, because the thing is, you and Frosty were there.
No, there's a science.
You
thing.
and Frosty were there,
Science.
and Frosty's like, so you take it in the butt.
Yeah.
You were there that night. So I was wearing a black shirt, a white bow tie, a sparkly top hat, white pants, and a cat tail. And I was like, I am Party Cat. It's stuck.
Goddamn furries. Goddamn furries.
It's stuck. So I'm like,
Our cat robbies.
our cat Robbies.
Oh.
So now I am TFA Party Cat because it's stuck, and I was gonna be Party Panther, but I like Party Cat better.
Party Panther's rad, but you're not quite on that level yet.
I'm not on that
Yeah, and
level
you're
yet.
not cool enough to be a swag. You are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So I am
Party
TFA.
investigating house cat.
So I am TFA Party Cat.
Okay, well I have a lot of names. I've gone through quite a bit of names. Some of them were because I was forced to
They call me
change them.
Strider.
Yeah.
They call me Aragorn.
If you talk to
Sorry.
my friend Dustin, aka the Weapon, I was just given.
You have someone named the Weapon?
Yeah, he's in my phone as Weapon
You
actually.
hear that?
My power name from Dustin is Magnum.
Okay.
That was just given to me recently.
That
But
was
from
like
the
a year
start,
ago.
when
I
I
still
was,
think you gave that to yourself.
I didn't. I have no reason to do so.
Yeah.
When I was 11 and I first started playing, what's it called? Oh my gosh, what's the shooting? Is it Tom Clancy shooting game?
Oh,
Rainbow
the
Six?
first one
Rainbow
that came out?
Six.
No,
it was
SOCOM?
No. It was on Xbox. It was Rainbow Six something. I just got an Xbox. I just got
Ghost
no,
Recon?
no,
No,
before
it's
that.
Okay.
I had just gotten high-speed internet in my house, so I bought an Xbox, and I was tactics fool because I was 11 and didn't know what the fuck else to call myself, and I can't even tell you how many fucking times I heard, "We're your tactics fool!" Like, fuck everybody on the internet.
You
Set
just
yourself
laid
up
that
for
one
that.
out
Right.
there. I mean, you.
Yeah.
Did you intend to be like tactics fool? Is that
No,
like, is
I
that your
never
honor?
talked because I was 11 and I realized no one would like me. I
Still
then-
true today.
I kept. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Still
This
11.
remains
Nobody likes me.
true.
I then graduated eventually to Drew the Hebrew.
Yes, I remember that
Because he couldn't get Drew the
They
Jew
would only do Drew the Jew.
on Xbox.
That got banned because they were like it's offensive. I'm like I'm fish frying, guys. Come on, let me have it.
Let me have this,
Yeah.
You should have said something to them in Hebrew, being like,
I
"Screw you
thought about it.
guys."
They knew you were adopted.
Yeah, I know. That got changed to Hebrew Drew. That account got banned again. I created a new account, which was then Return of the Jew. What else was there? When I used to play
Robbie
Handel,
is Jewish.
Yeah.
Or Drew's Jewish.
Didn't you do Jewish the Jewish?
no, that was on the list.
That's
but-
funny.
okay.
She doesn't
That
look
was the
Jewish.
next one.
Ah.
Then when I wanted to become a professional player, a professional Halo player at the age of like 14 and a half, I had no idea what I was doing. I was one part of Big Things 1 and Big Things 2. It was myself and my friend Manny, and we went around and shot a bunch of people. I then graduated up to...
I don't know if these are upgrades, but
I then eventually transitioned into OMG Drift, which was...
Wait, you went by that or was this thing like you were
he had an
called-
OMG Drift account.
Well, I eventually created my OMG Drift account.
Oh, okay.
After OMG Drift existed, which was the biggest mistake I've ever done because I can never play online racing games without getting like 6 messages every time I go on.
Wait, is it because people know what OMG Drift is?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. I love it. Every so often, some guy will message me like, "Fuck OMG Drift," and I'll be like, I'll send him a message back like, "Oh, that makes me sad." He goes, "Just kidding, man. Just the internet. You shouldn't really care what I say."
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm like, that guy was kind of insightful. He just taught me a lesson. That's happened on like 4 different occasions with the same exact response from everybody.
Learn life
same
lessons
guy.
from
I'm a
your
real
friends.
person.
Yeah.
It's burning affinity.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
And now I have TFA Drew because I am not.
Creative.
I'm very creative.
Not with your name.
Have you heard all the other names I just listed?
They
Yeah,
were not.
okay,
No, they
Magnum.
were not that creative.
Return of the Jew is amazing.
That's actually pretty
Okay,
awesome.
That was
Tactics.
the one.
Tactics.
One
I
out
was 11.
One out of, like,
Everybody
20.
knows.
Oh, Drift is creative if you know the community.
Yeah.
Mr. Noodles is pretty good.
I know we're on the same page with Tactics full of Mr. Noodles.
Tactics, Mr. Noodles. Mr. Noodle Tactics.
Noodle Tactics. Know about that, right?
Yeah, well, that could maybe be sex. How did you go for
Okay.
it?
I have fewer than Drew.
I have a lot. I have more actually. I just don't remember all of them.
Yeah, I don't remember all of mine.
I would do Demon
What?
Swanky footage. I keep remembering more.
Oh,
My first one was created
I have one more.
Equal.
by
It's the
a...
best one.
Okay, go.
My other one is ILUVTAYSWIFT. I love Tay Swift.
Really? You actually have?
I actually have an I love Tay Swift account.
Get out.
I
You're
do.
no longer welcome in this house. I am kicking you out officially.
We are never, ever getting.
You're not Michelle. You don't have that authority.
I have to interrupt with two because I remember the newest thing I go for by professionally, and it's my favorite thing ever.
Fire you.
What?
It's because my name is Dean Wright, and my website is quiterightly.com.
Oh.
Quite rightly.
Okay,
It's
that's
phenomenal.
good.
I love that.
All right.
Anyway, so
Okay,
Colin,
so-
tell us.
So, my first name was generated randomly by Yahoo email.
Oh god.
Because they're like,
Sugar Lips 87.
no, it was Rock Rebel 259.
Oh,
You
That's
do
so-
that for like every.
That's
Well,
amazing.
because it was easy for me to remember, and it was my email account.
Yeah.
So it was attached
Honestly,
to it.
That's exactly what Yahoo.com would think of what would like to have as a username, which is amazing.
Yes.
So ridiculous.
So I stuck with that for years because they didn't have Xbox name change yet, and so I was and then when they did, I didn't have a job to buy 800 points.
Points.
What?
Huh? That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that is a lot of points.
Especially at like the age in which we're trying to buy these points.
Like 17 when I had
Oh,
no
never
money.
mind.
I had zero monies.
Yep.
God, Xbox has been around that long. It's
Oh,
crazy.
a long time.
Yeah, I am an Xbox Live member for the better part of a decade.
Did you get a free Xbox like the free review?
No.
Oh.
I wish I had.
I got a
cool
stupid
stuff.
helmet that they gave for my avatar, and it was like I had to waste 10 minutes writing down the code because you couldn't just redeem it from the message. No, you had to write down the little code and all the letters.
That's really
9 billion
nauseous.
letters and digits and shit, and then you're like, all right, great, and then you type it in, and it was the dumbest looking thing ever. But I made my stupid Xbox me use it because I was like, well, I wasted 20 minutes of my life to do this, so you're wearing it. To which he protested in my head. Because he has a name and personality.
Having kids is crazy.
Yeah, right? Jesus. On the 1 week I played WoW, I was Roran.
Uh-huh.
I was
Is this
Night
like an
Elf.
RP name or something that's like you?
It wasn't an RP name. It was just a name I was like, that sounds like an elf name.
Yeah.
Done.
I was OMG Durft.
So I was like,
I had a really funny character.
I'm not
I had a black character in World of Warcraft that was named Edward Please. I was like proud of that too. Go on.
so,
Edward Please.
Oh!
Wow, that took Robbie forever! So, I was then, for that week, I was that name. Stopped playing World of Warcraft. I then made...
We
I
broke
think
Rob.
We
you
broke Robbie. So,
Good puns.
so moving on to years later, on Xbox Live, I ended up as, Kunu.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I had a friend who ended up being PPOP, and if you don't get the reference, it's from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because I love Paul Rudd.
Yes.
So I have a gay crush on Paul Rudd. I admit it.
I have a gay crush on Jason Segel.
Oh, there you go.
I'm crushing on a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
And
I don't call it crush, call it love.
Oh, okay.
What do you love?
Joseph
Dudes.
Gordon-Levitt.
I love dudes.
Explains a lot.
I would have-
So,
I would do Jason Gordon-Levitt. This thing's out there. Continue.
anyways,
What would I do?
No, that's
I
So
think we
anyway-
should
That's another
express
podcast.
So,
podcast.
but the thing is
We'll have a
with
list
all my
organized.
names is
Good.
Bullet points.
like I always, whenever I played with people, they never used my full gamer tag. When I was Rock Rebel, I was Rock. When I was Roran, it was Ro. When it was Kunu, it didn't work out so well because Koon.
Oh.
It's inappropriate, and everyone on the internet should feel bad if they ever called him that.
It would be 3 asterisks on.
And there was some guy who was going, Coon you? What kind of racist shit is that? And I'm like, wow, I never thought about it that way.
Quick on that. I went by Demon Swanky for a little bit, and then I realized it's Demon's Wanky.
So then once I gave up, and then StarCraft 2 came out,
Yep.
or actually, I was playing Brood War right up to StarCraft 2 to get ready for StarCraft 2.
Which is StarCraft.
And I started being Bro Siding. And that name came from a Super Mash Brothers mix called Lord Bro Siding,
shit,
Lord of the Bro Shit. And then it was a huge Southern California thing. Bro Siding was a huge Southern California thing. Everyone started calling me a bro because I wear Von zippers.
You dress like a douchebag.
I dress like a douchebag.
I do it too.
You know, I always had a hat. I always had collars in which I could pop. I didn't pop them, but I could if I wanted to.
You drove a lifted pickup truck?
I drive a Suburban.
You drove a Suburban.
And I listen to a lot of brocore and shit. Yeah. So
you're a bro.
I'm a bro.
He just popped his
He did.
Example right here.
So I started going by
What one looks like.
Brosidon, the popped collar Protoss. And so
Really?
yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, no, someone
Why
dubbed
isn't
me
that your
that.
card?
Oh, I
It
didn't
shouldn't
think
be.
about it.
Yeah, it should be.
Because then I'd have to wear a popped collar everywhere.
And we don't have a fucking enough space for that. It's a 3.5-inch card.
If you,
So-
did you guys see
Make it
that? Did you get the
gun.
full title of the FTL article that I wrote? You should check it out. It's really
It's really long. So Brosidon came about from that, and I've stuck with that ever since, and now it's translated on, and everyone just calls me, if you know me on the internet, I'm bro. And I have a real problem when I'm in, like, grocery stores and stuff, because y'all hear someone go, yo, bro! And I'm like, sup?
What's up, man?
And I'm like,
See me
So
on
player?
the internet?
oh, I'm the wrong bro. See ya. And so,
I can't believe how many supermarket fights you've gotten in over that.
I know.
You need to stop fist fighting strangers.
I wouldn't be Brosidon then.
You know,
Sure.
it's weird to think about, like, because at this point, it's like, I feel like at this point it's hard to change that identity, like, right now. Like, I don't think I could take it on another name. Which is weird, because, right now, I'm Dean on Futon Online. I don't think I could change it to something else without it being kind of weird.
Nope.
It's like
You
it's
done
like,
goofed,
It's
son.
like Snoop Dogg becoming Snoop Lion. Like, that's so
God,
strange
that
decision.
song was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, to change your like after
What are you talking about? Did you see Snoop Lion's mashup with epic rap battles of history?
He is a fantastic. Reddit
He is
anime.
Moses, and it's awesome.
He's
Like his anime Reddit is phenomenal. It's
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
that one was.
Yeah, but it's so weird to think about, because at this point, because before we could change, because we're not out there enough with it, but right now we're out there with our name, with our different name things. Like, it'd be weird now to do it.
Out there. We're in your room
Yeah,
right now.
right
we're
now.
outside
Everyone-
your rooms.
we're like-
I'm best.
Yes! I don't even know what's happening.
How did it even start?
I was just like,
No one said I'm the best though.
Yeah, you have
Doesn't
to
matter.
say
Is this
it.
No, that's how it works.
Is this
Oh,
like nose goes?
kind of.
I'm the best! Alright.
So anyways,
Let's go, fucking boys.
So anyways, obviously my name is the best, and we'll explain this rule someday to
The
everyone.
best. Yeah, I get it now.
So you know, I'm just bro siding. That's me. I'm bro. All right, and now we are done with the story of the names, and I think the podcast
So
is.
thank you guys for
I'm
going out
best.
for the best podcast. And guys, I think this is actually the best episode we've ever done. And I gotta say, it's been the best time with you guys chilling out. So hopefully to see you next time. I'm not doing it. Simon didn't say.
I'm the best.
So hopefully we see you next week on the best day of the week, Thursdays at 8 o'clock, which is the best time. And we'll see you guys later. Have the best weekend. Yay! Stop broadcasting.
Fuck otters!
This is the best broadcast.
No, but seriously.
The best.
They can't see it, we're so-
Oh, otters murder baby seals.
Seriously.
Hit me with that thought.
Seriously, guys, fuck otters.
No, I like otters.
In the butt.
Oh, that's wrong.